Pirate magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. White boys, comic book reader. Don't buy my book. Don't buy my book. I literally can't even think. We can have a little conference on that. Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Comic book reader. Comic book reader. May I curse? White boys, don't read them. We're very worried about comics right now. Independent comic sales are down. Mainstream comic sales are down. Everything in the mid-list is way down. You don't make a lot of money that way. There is nothing inherently masculine of heroism. There's nothing inherently masculine heroism. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. Magic! Going into the red on singles and not coming out until the trades. Stores are closing. You don't make a lot of money that way. So, don't. Comics are booming.
Turn around. Look at what you see. The mirror of your dream. Make believe I'm everywhere. I'm hidden in the light. Written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending story.
Yes, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I am Ethan Van Skyver, 28-year veteran of this broken, collapsed, decimated comic book industry. Destroyed. Utterly destroyed. It's very difficult to find a comic book nowadays that isn't by or about a black lesbian. And that might be, and look, there's an audience for that. I'm sure of it. They're going to turn up at any point now. At any point, this audience is going to show up and rescue the comic book industry from white males like myself. World's most charming and disarming, of course, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. I try to keep myself down to earth. My own weight helps as well, gravity. Great big Gina Carano fan and trusted member of the media. Good to be with you guys tonight. I felt it out there. I felt a calling. I felt you guys saying, where is Ethan Van Sciver? Why won't he live stream? Why won't he talk to us? What is going on? Why? Where is he? We're lonely. We miss him. I am like, I don't know. If you guys are Linus, I am like that blue blanket. You guys need me here. What would you do without me? What would you do without my comforting, warm blue presence? Let me see. How are you guys? Let me see. I think a better comic would have 2 black lesbians and a trans bi person. I say double down. I think that's a pretty good strategy. I'm surprised SJWs haven't thought, oh, they have. That is one of their favorite things to do. Hello, Spike in Madness. Hello, Smart RN1. Manga Con in Houston, Texas this year. Yeah, you know what? I've been invited to a ton of conventions already. I'm saying no to all of them. I can't imagine going to a convention now unless I'm going as a customer. I would like to go to a convention and actually buy comic books and try to find missing issues of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis funnies from DC Comics. I've got maybe I have like 25% of the run, but I'm certainly missing some. They're very hard to find. I would never go and sit behind a table anymore. And it's not because I don't love you guys. I'd like to be able to meet you guys and give you all huggies. But at the same time, yeah, it's really depressing. Comic book conventions are awful. Unless you're there as a fan. As a fan, it's great. Good evening, Uncle E, says Kyle Curtis, who is a member. Thank you for being a channel member. I appreciate you. My heart jumps just like Cyberfrog whenever I see that EBS is a streaming, says just another brick life. I like that. I like jumping like Cyberfrog. Good stuff, guys. This is, look at this. Where's my Starblades book, Fat E? Okay, so here's the situation. We're actually in fulfillment right now. It's kind of fun. There is nothing more fun to me than receiving product, packing it up, shipping it out. I like just filling the back of my beautiful Mercedes minivan. What is it? A shipping van? The Sprinter? How would you describe that? Shipping truck? Shipping van? I like filling up the back of that van and then driving to the post office like zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Gonna make sure Indiana Jeremy gets his Starblades book today. And just dropping loads all over the Marlton post office back dock. I like to drop loads all over that back dock. Loads of comic books, loads of beautiful Cyberfrog, loads of Starblade, soon loads of Rainbow the Brute, lots of clothing. It's my favorite thing to do because you guys get those books and you're so happy. It's like, here's the thing that I was just describing this to your boy Zack. I was talking to Zack earlier talked to Zack on the phone. He's okay. And I just said, quality is job one. We're talking about Jawbreakers forever. Oh, hold on a second. I don't know if you guys realize what's going on here. First of all, Rhino, thanks for $5. E, how does the new chair fit? 5XXL? It fits. I'm sitting in it right now. It's so comfortable. It's brand new. It's leather. I bought it to expand. It's like my warehouse isn't big enough. I should have bought it way bigger than my purposes so that I could expand. This chair will hold up to 400 pounds. So literally I can eat 100 pounds more worth of pie. I could look legit like Santa Claus and still fit in this chair. So thank you. It's actually very comfy, very cozy. Let me see here. Hooters, yummy, yum. Says, is Cecil okay? His stream got removed. No, Cecil is not okay. There's something very wrong with Cecil. Cecil got in trouble yesterday because he called Bryce Dallas Howard. He asked her if she was retarded on Twitter. And the thing about it was Bryce Dallas Howard was having a great time. She tweeted out a picture of herself. She's like, I'm enjoying nature again. And there was a picture of her with like some crabgrass behind her out in the brush. It didn't really look like the kind of nature that, was enjoyable. It just looked like she was in some suburban backyard. And she, like the picture of her was just from the neck up, and she's wearing a great big surgical mask on her face. How can you possibly say that you're enjoying nature with a surgical mask on your face? It's impossible. And so Cecil just asked her, he said, are you, and then he used the R word for a person with Down syndrome. He said, serious question. So he was actually serious in asking her. And that got his entire life struck down. He does not have a Twitter account anymore. That is what Cecil did. Now, it's going to be very difficult for me to stream with Cecil because Cecil is no longer on Twitter. What am I going to do? I can't send him a link. He can't send me a link. He can't easily talk to me and see what I'm doing and see if I want to stream with him. Anyway, he did do a live stream. He had to run through this whole rigmarole to send me and John Malin the link to get on the stream. I don't know why his stream got removed, but I think it might have been because he showed footage of Charlie XCX shaking her nearly bare ass. And we've had trouble with Charlie XCX in the past. So, I don't really know. But yeah, I saw that stream went down. I think that was too bad because it was actually pretty funny. Cecil showed a drawing that he did of Shane Davis that it looked like Art Clokey drew it. And, it looked just like Shane. And then Shane showed up and there was a lot of awkwardness. I don't think those two guys like each other very much. Or I don't think Shane likes Cecil. I think Cecil likes Shane just fine. Anyway, no, Cecil is not okay. He is brain damaged. And I don't know if he's ever going to appear on Twitter again. Loreddit Silver member says the only way this could get better is if Sketch mediates a stream with Tom and Mecca. Well, I mean, I'm all for that. I'll provide the platform. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Just got done. I just got done apparently yelling at women on Mecca Random Stream. A lot of people saying I'm sexist, and I'm just like, yes, what Ethan's proving he's sexist. Good, yes. I gotta say, when I see this kind of behavior out of females, I can't help it. It kind of brings it out of me. Here's Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest. I haven't talked to this guy in a while. He said, I never thought I'd be back here, but here I am. Thanks for doing the right thing today. What have you been doing the last 2 years? Well, Jesse, the last 20 minutes, I called you nuts. I was just on Mecca stream. I said, Jesse Miller's nuts too. So maybe you want me to refund your $5? Cumberbatch Pepperpot says, will we be visiting Cecil in the old folks home? Yeah, probably, poor Cecil. We'll never see Cecil again. Very worried about it. Waylon Todd says, it's still so nice EVS still pretends to have friends and a wife. Bless him. Whoa, holy shit. We just sold a sketch card by Matt Cosson. Thank you very much, whoever purchased that from our eBay store. Really appreciate you guys. It's great. I mean, look, here's the thing. All Caps Comics is rocking and rolling. I gotta hold on. I gotta organize what I want to talk about. I always get kind of derailed and distracted. First of all, talk to your boy Zack today. In case you don't know, All Caps Comics, because of the successful string of publishing and funding that we've been doing, and we have been amazing. We've been on track. The product that we're producing is top notch, second to none. We spare no expense, and we're trying to move towards, even though we haven't in the past, we're trying to move towards making our product only in the United States of America. And I know this was of a concern to many of you backers who are just saying, hey, look, this stuff looks great, but why is it made in China? Very difficult to make an action figure in China. I mean, anywhere other than China. Making toys is very tough, and I can't promise I'm going to make toys in the United States. But when it comes to making clothing, when it comes to making books, there's no reason why we couldn't spend a little extra money and print right here in the United States and keep our men and women working. I mean, we want, the idea is to actually spread the wealth around. We want to actually create jobs as we build up All Caps Comics, and those jobs should be here in the United States. And what's funny is we printed warts and all over in China, and these communist Chinese, what they did was they overprinted copies of warts and all, and they're selling them on Chinese eBay. People are sending me links. They're like, oh, look, here's warts and all by Ethan Van Sciver of DC Comics. They said DC Comics, Cyberpunk warts and all. And I said, well, maybe it's just a one-off. No. They have a Frogapalooza zine, too, the hardcover. and they're selling Frogapaloozazine just individually. So you can't. I mean, I know some of you thought that we could trust the communist Chinese, the Chi-Coms. Turns out we can't really do that. We can't really trust them. Here's Jesse Miller again for $10. He says, "Water under the bridge. Everybody around these parts has history. I resubscribed here too. A lot of weird stuff happened back in the day that was a long time ago at this point, I feel." Well, Jesse, I will tell you this. Even though you went absolutely nuts on me for absolutely no reason and wouldn't tell me why, I forgave you instantly, because everybody goes nuts on me for no reason at all and doesn't tell me why. And that's just kind of the way it is. But here's the thing about Jesse Miller here that I really appreciate. Jesse Miller went out of his way. He was a big fan. He was listening to me talk about when I was 4 years old. And one of the birthday presents that I received on my 4th birthday was a Superman water sprinkler. And some effing Mormon kid destroyed it. I only got to use it once. Heartbroken as a kid. The kid who destroyed it, the Mormon who destroyed it, his mom made him replace it, which I appreciated, but replaced it with a Donald Duck. It wasn't the same. I wanted Superman. The whole point was it was Superman. So I was telling this story about, how it basically scarred me as a child. I couldn't remember. I was like, did I hallucinate this Superman water sprinkler? I'm pretty sure I remember it. Jesse Miller went out and found it. He went out and found the Superman water sprinkler. And it was called like Superman Power Shower, which to me sounds pretty gay. But he found it and he sent it to me. And I will never, ever hold a grudge towards Jesse, even though I called him nuts 20 minutes ago. I will not hold a grudge towards him because I have never had anybody do that. Something people who actually love me have never done anything quite that nice for me. So very, very, very much appreciate that, Jesse. And thank you. You're welcome back here. It's great to have you back. Yeah, and I still have it. Ava wants to play with it all the time. I'm going to actually hook it up eventually and see if it works. Plug it into the hose and see what happens out back. Hey, we got a new member here, Unglued Arts. Thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate that. Joining the channel just means that you're going to be giving me a $5 super chat, which I split with YouTube. Not split, but YouTube takes 30% of everything. It's a pretty raw deal. But I don't care. I appreciate having members here. It's really wonderful. Jose Garcia is here. Jose Garcia, fantastic artist. Monster MD, he says, is $257 away from 100,000, and Lumina Vox 2 backers away from 200. So Lumina Vox is Jose Garcia's book. Jose Garcia is going to be doing a Lily story for me. He's going to be doing a Cyberfrog book with me. He's really, really good. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Welcome back, Jesse. That's great. All right. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. Okay. So All Caps Comics, because of that, your boy Zack has been watching. I think he's, he likes what we're doing. He's buried under 5 different, Indiegogo campaigns. Now I did reach out to your boy Zack. I know he's got a lot of fulfillment to do. I think he overwhelmed himself. Sometimes you can overextend yourself and you don't know what you're capable of. He made a lot of changes in his business. He stopped using a fulfillment center, thought he would do it himself and all this nonsense. Anyway, I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, we'll do it. I mean, look, I'm your friend. Let me dig you out of the weeds." We have right now, All Caps Comics has a fulfillment center. We've got like a couple of people who were helping out that we're actually going to hire full-time. We're actually giving full-time jobs to people at the warehouse to actually handle fulfillment, shipping, customer service. We can handle, like, all Zack has to do is really just say, here are the files and here's the list of, customers, and we'll make the books. We'll fulfill them. It would be magic. You wouldn't even have to worry about it. But Zack is a man. Hold on a second. That actually means something. People forgot what it means to be a man. Zack is a man. He does not want help from another man. He made promises to people. He committed to something, and he wants to do it himself. So that's what's going to happen. He's like, I'll fulfill these 5 campaigns. He's always telling me, I've got this done, this is on the way. But in the meantime, I have looked at Jawbreakers and with envious eyes, not just envious, like this is a cash cow. Jawbreakers is a cash cow. Everybody likes Jawbreakers. Everybody likes those characters. They have a warm feeling about those characters because that's how all of this began. We all got together and we used to watch your boy Zack's live streams and videos. And we were there when he talked excitedly about these characters that he created when he was younger. We watched him talk about how he got a deal working with the artist we all like. He didn't want to announce that it was John Malin and all this stuff. And I think it means an awful lot to the people who are a part of this fandom, people who actually are customers of CG Books, all of us together. I think we have warm, fuzzy feelings about Jawbreakers. And I know that I do. And if I had Jawbreakers, I would put it on a schedule where we would have one big movie of a comic book every single year. And then we'd break it up into also, here's a Hell Priest one shot. Here is, here's Knife Hand one shot. It's like, let's learn more about these characters the way that Marvel broke down the Avengers. And we had these solo stories of Thor and Iron Man. We knew about their personal lives. We knew about their personal adventures, their own side quests. And then they got together and formed the Avengers, and then they would handle bigger threats. So that's like what I want to do with the Jawbreakers. And I'm very, very, very excited about it. It means a lot to me. Zack has already started. He's already got Jawbreakers 4, which is going to be called Jawbreakers Forever. He's got that underway. And that's going to be the first book that we do. We talked about it today. We talked about everything that you're probably concerned about. When it comes to Zack, I know you're concerned about getting the books that he's already got, the campaigns that he's already got done, fulfilled. I want you to understand that I am now the net underneath your boy Zack. That is what I'm serving as. If he's the trapeze artist, getting all this dangerous, complicated stuff done, All Caps Comics is the net. We'll catch him if he falls. So he's going to get all of these books fulfilled to you guys. If you've been supporting your boy Zack, you bought Impossible Stars, you bought 499, you bought any of the projects that he has currently running, Rock and Roll Ninjas, the other one, understand, feel safe. You're going to get them. You're going to get them soon, and you're going to get them quicker probably now that Jawbreakers Forever is on the schedule. He's also got a bunch of other things that he wants to do as well, but we're going to be doing Jawbreakers. So that's going to be All Caps Comics. Initially, we're going to do Jawbreakers Forever. We're going to do 2 one-shots. We're going to get covers, artwork by some of the biggest creators in comics. And I am talking to... Cool. All right. I just checked my email. All right. So first of all, John Malin is going to be doing a little bit more Jawbreakers work. He's working on it right now. We'll hold that artwork very secret. But again, Jawbreakers and John Malin equals massive success. Okay, so we need John Malin. I am extending myself, even though I think there's been a personal kind of, I don't know, there's a Comicsgate fragmented in a bunch of different ways, and a lot of us just aren't even comfortable with the label Comicsgate anymore. And some people went here, their personal problems, and all right, let's bridge some of these divides. I reached out to colorist Brett R. Smith, who colored John Malin on the first book on Lost Souls. Brett Smith is fantastic. He is a fantastic colorist, and I think he's working with Iconic and the boys over there. Hey, look, I pay really, really, really well. What is your rate? We want you to come back over here. I want to see if you're a professional. You can be hired. I didn't really, honestly, I wasn't sure that he was going to reach out to me. Or answer me when I reached out to him. And he did. So it's pretty exciting. We're going to be able to get a little kind of feel of Jawbreakers Lost Souls for Jawbreakers Forever. We're going to get possibly. I'm not definite about this yet, but the fact that Brett R. Smith is talking in discussions with me means that I can probably make this happen. If it's a matter of money, we'll make it happen. And we'll get a nice John Malin movie poster style cover for Jawbreakers Forever with Brett R. Smith colors. And that is, boom, that is what we're after right now. I just want to make the stuff that makes people who supported Jawbreakers, I want to make them happy with that stuff. The other thing is, I had a long talk with Zack, and I said, okay, I understand that you don't want to do live streams anymore. Let's find a way around that. Let's find a way around you doing live streams. I understand you're not comfortable with just the random ass shit that can happen in a live stream. Zack is somebody who likes to be in control of what's going on. I know this about him. I said, hey, what if we do simulated live streams? What if you and I record conversations together? We make videos. We do it every week or so. You and I will sit down. We'll talk about the news and comics. We'll talk about what we're doing. We'll talk about what we always do when we do live streams. And then we'll release them as premieres. And he was agreeable with that. So it's going to be good, guys. It's going to feel like old times again, hopefully. We'll get people pretty excited. We'll prep them for our new product. And we'll be making good content. Yes, Zack and I will have we'll sit down, record it live. We'll record a live stream kind of without an audience, and then we'll release it to you guys. And so, we'll have videos out there. So it's going to be good. I'm very excited about all of this. I think it's great. How do I do it? I'll tell you. I get it done. All right. So what else is going on? All right. So here's the thing. Here's the title of the video. We've got problems in the Fandom Menace. Guys, I don't know. Is the Fandom Menace still a thing? Does it need to be a thing? I kind of feel like I walked away from it a long time ago and haven't really looked back. Hold on a second. We got another super chat here. Argentico 2003, $10. Let me see if I can find it. I missed it. I like to put it up on the screen. I don't think I can, so I'm just going to read it. Argentico 2003 says, thank you for the stream. Felt my T levels drop from the mecha stream. Even felt my nips your nipples got sore. This is bringing my T levels up again. Thanks for being unapologetically masculine. Hail EVS. Okay. Roger H, thanks for a $1.99 super sticker as well. Yeah, Star Wars is dead. I kind of walked away from doing Fandom Menace stuff for a while. I'm not saying that I'm never going to do it again. I like the title Fandom Menace. But I mean, everything that I do personally needs to have a purpose. We need to have a directive. We need to have a plan and an objective. And, with Comicsgate, it was fairly easy. Even though Comicsgate is kind of, what it's becoming now is what it was always meant to be. Comicsgate was this energy. It was this idea. It's this notion that like customer service, proper customer service, not abusing your fans, and creating stuff that was apolitical would actually sell comics. And that was what was wrong with the mainstream comic book industry. I'm telling you now, the mainstream comic book industry is falling into a black hole. It is pretty much over with. What has come from Comicsgate? What has come from Comicsgate is this idea and practice of a bunch of people, a bunch of comic book creators who are able to publish their own comics. Now, not everybody is able to do this. Not everybody is able to focus on customer service, hot dog stand salesman, that kind of philosophy. Not everybody succeeds because publishing a comic book, self-publishing a comic is a lot of work. It's not easy. Not everybody can do it. But those who do, and those who follow the principles and guidelines set by and agreed to by most Comicsgaters, are tending to succeed and succeed big. Clint Stoker said a long time ago, I love Clint. He said, Comicsgate is energy. It's like a wave crashing on the shore. It's limited. It's not going to last forever. There's how long can we stay angry at a comic book industry that's just decided to just commit seppuku? I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just always be, busting their balls, always be yelling at them? They're dying. They've chosen this. This is the fate that they've chosen. We cannot change their minds. We've tried. And so the best that we can do is really build our own thing. And that's what we've done with Comicsgate. We've built something new. All Caps Comics came from Comicsgate. I'm Comicsgate to the well, Doug TenNapel once said I'm Comicsgate to the bone, which didn't turn out to be true. I am Comicsgate to the bone, and I always will be. And I'm grateful that, being around you guys, being around Zack, listening to what he had to say, restructured my thought process and inspired me to create All Caps Comics and bring back Cyberfrog, and now build this company into something that is growing. More people are going to be published through All Caps Comics, and we can compete. We don't have investors giving us millions of dollars like Boom or IDW. No. We just have crowdfunding, and we're growing organically, step by step, creator by creator. We are growing and answering a need, filling a vacuum. I don't like that, for filling a vacuum. That sounds like you're vacuuming up rubbish. I would like to rip up Marvel Comics and let them fill a vacuum cleaner. But we're filling a need. There's an audience out there that isn't being served, and we're trying to serve them. And I think it's working really well. My attitude is, again, quality. Doesn't matter how much it costs. How much, how do we make something that everybody wants, that everybody desires, that everybody who buys it is going to be pleased with it? That's what All Caps Comics is going to be. That's what it's becoming. I don't know what to do with the Fandom Menace. And I guess that's the problem. I'm not quite sure what to do. I don't know what the answer is. And so for me, complaining about Star Wars was interesting. I wanted to inform people about what was going on, because it had happened in comics. But I don't really have any control. I can't really change anything. I could just make fun of it. We could have a laugh. I like that. I like making fun of Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy. I like laughing at the failure of Solo. I liked buying Star Wars toys and then slam dunking them in the garbage like on Michael Jordan. I like all that. That was fun. But what do you do past that? What is the plan? What exactly is the plan? And, what are we doing? Fandom Menace should be an anti-SJW movement at heart, of course, because SJWs are ruining Star Wars. They're ruining Doctor Who. They have ruined these things. They've ruined Magic the Gathering. They're ruining Star Trek. They're ruining everything that people used to like. So they have a way, they have a technique of destroying people who disagree with them. And I think I would like to see people who are in the business of making content that is opposed to these changes, and these tactics and strategies avoid that stuff. I want to see them avoid that. I'm seeing something happen in the Fandom Menace that's pretty disappointing. I'm seeing people fighting and trying to cancel each other in ways, and by saying things that are pretty weird. Saying things like, hey, this person is trying to, this person yells at women or something like that, or this person, I'm seeing just a lot of social justice warrior kind of language. It's based on identity, and stuff like that. And I really don't like it. It would be great if the Fandom Menace actually just focused, if these YouTubers focused on making good content that criticize Star Wars and Doctor Who and all of these other things without having to make and work deals with one another, using each other's platforms, depending on each other's We've seen where that's gotten us in Comicsgate. It doesn't go very well. Personality conflicts arise, and then before you know it, you're fighting over something that has nothing to do with the purpose of the movement and the group. And, Comicsgate's purpose was to be able to compete with social justice warriors who were ruining mainstream comics. Fighting with each other, as it turns out, got in the way of that. We wasted 2 years. I think we did waste 2 years. I think that, like, had we not constantly been bickering and fighting with each other, jockeying for position, having like ego flameouts and stuff, we'd probably be 2 years further ahead. I think there would be a Cyberfrog theme park right now. Cyberfrog, Salamandroid roller coaster. I've already thought about this. I've already thought about buying Action Park in New Jersey. Changing it, like at Action Park, the most dangerous theme park of all time. They had to close it down. Several people died. Why can't I buy that and restructure it and make it into Cyberfrog World? I should be able to. I should be able to get it for a song. I probably would have done that already if it wasn't for all the constant infighting and bickering and gay ops and nonsense. Just people with the ego problems. I guess what I want to say is, if you're not here to make a change, if you're not here to affect change and raise awareness about what SJWs are doing to Star Wars and comics and all these things, if you're just here to get super chats, and by the way, thank you, Michael Von Doom, thank you for $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. I need all caps stock now, EVS. Yeah, we should go public. Anybody else want to send me super chats? What if I complain and cry? People are being mean to me. SJWs are mean. Super chats? No. I don't do it right. I can't whine and kvetch enough to get super chats. Here's one right here though. Michael Dici says Fandom Menace is done. They made their point and had some effect. Now dying like Gamergate died, with leaders in quotes squabbling over the community issue, calling each other a community. We're a part of a community. You're not. You shouldn't be. Stop making communities out of everything. You can find allies, people to help you get your message out a little bit better. But a community, it implies that there are social responsibilities. You know what I mean? It implies when you say community, it implies that everybody has to follow and people have to behave a certain way. And then you can become toxic to that community. You can become a pariah to that community when really all you're doing is making content about Star Wars sucking. There should be no community for that. There should be people who enjoy your content, gather around and maybe watch the live streams. There's no obligation here. You don't have to be anything in order to be a Comic Artist Pro Secrets viewer, an all caps customer. Just a customer. Community. I think that word really is where it all begins. That's where everything falls apart. Here's Shant and Jetty art. By the way, Shant, hello. I liked your painting that you sent me. You called it Lily, and I thought it was going to be Lily from Cyberpro, but it wasn't. But I liked it a lot. And he says, throwing you a bone. Thank you for throwing me a bone. Let me see. HBG3 says, infighting is good when it exposes hypocrites and fakes. Okay. No, I just disagree. Infighting. The Snyder situation exposed a lot of shills, tired of the hypocrites. Now, that is something that I agree with. Now, the Zack Snyder situation was something, that was so depressing. I had to think back on that for a second. Yeah, the Zack Snyder thing was a real problem, and it made me very angry. And that's, I think, when I just kind of went, all right, I give up. Like, these people you're not in it for the same thing that I am. It's like, no, we don't like, give up. The whole idea is to give up. You give up on these people. They're not, you don't need to win their approval. You don't need to win Zack Snyder's approval. It's the same instinct that's just like this impulse that says, I gotta do a charity. I gotta prove to people that I am not toxic. I gotta win the favor of the people who are ruining the thing that I love before I can criticize them and let them know they're fucking everything up. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do charities to prove that you're not toxic, that you're not a toxic. No. You don't have to behave in a PC way. You don't have to. Tell the truth. Just tell the truth. People will fall behind you. I just got out of a live stream where I actually said, this is what seems to happen. And it does seem to happen. You let women into a movement, And there are some women who are great, some women who are fantastic, and we love you ladies. There's a certain kind of woman that's in it for attention, and then it becomes all about them, and then they just kind of destroy everything with infighting. It becomes static. They create static in the workplace. It becomes all about, I'm a woman, and I can't be treated this way because this man is treating this woman this way. It's awful. It's just awful. Ladies, if you're a part of the Fandom Menace, if you're a part of Comicsgate, subjugate your identity, subjugate your gender to the cause, or don't do it. We can't be sitting there tripping all over ourselves going, this person is a woman, so we need to treat them differently and talk to them differently and require different things from them than we would a man. That's the whole point of gender equality, I thought. When you're actually saying, I'm a woman, and there are women out there and they're being yelled at by this guy, well, you're working with him. You're working with him, and you're not working to his standards. And if you don't want to do that, don't work with him. In fact, I would recommend that you don't. Do your own thing. Be yourself. Don't fall back on that. Don't fall back on pity and some kind of like conservative movement, customer like service movement. Don't do that. Be a man, ladies. Ladies, be men. If you must. Look at what Kevin Smith is doing. He's depicting women. He's depicting women like Rosie the Riveter. Be Rosie the Riveter. Get some balls, ladies. I mean, the whole entire point of this is down with identity politics, down with treating people differently, down with the progressive stack, down with, trying to curry favor and special status because of your gender, the color of your skin, your sexual preference. We actually do believe in equality. We care about results. We care about actual, merit, people behaving themselves and earning praise, earning laudits, based on results, actual results. Everything else is just a trapping. And I would say again, if anybody is treating you poorly, forget about it's because I'm a woman or this is even worse because I'm a woman. Just say, fuck you and leave. And this is YouTube. It's the least important thing in the world. Unless you're using it properly like I am. I'm using it to change the world. I'm using it to affect social change. Backwards, regressively. No, I'm using it to promote comic books. It's important. It's very important to promote comic books. It's very important to be able to compete against the radical left that's taken over mainstream comics and the big corporations that support them. I can't work with people who just go, you have to treat me differently because of who I am. I can't do it. Kyle Ritter, he's a deaf mute, but I expect him to listen to me like anybody else who works for me. You don't get any special treatment just because you can't hear me yell at you. Expect you to fall in line. Oh my God. All right, let me see these super chats here. Oh, thank you, super chats. The whole doing a charity stream for celebrities is just another way to win access, says 200 Watt Studio. Then continue to rage against the media is farcical. Yeah, of course. So Zack Snyder shows up and, it's like, I guess everybody just kind of thought Zack Snyder was one of us. And I don't know why he isn't, but, look, being a part of what we do, being a part of Comicsgate or being a part of the Fandom Menace really does require a person's willingness to just surrender to the fact that you're going to become a pariah in these industries that you love. Don't do it if you can't do that. You have to be able to just be like, you know what? I am abandoning the mainstream. I'm abandoning any hope I have of, getting to be a shill or getting to work there. I've been called to a higher calling. Don't think, and then don't look for these people's approval. That's the worst thing. I see people just going, "Are you Comicsgate?" to like comic book pros, and I don't look for they'll come to you. And they are. I mean, it's like, we've got big names who are actually coming out of a desire to be a part of what we're building here. There's no need to chase people. There's no need to chase clout. Be somebody who clout chases. No, I don't mean that. I mean, be a person that clout, if clout were a person, like if clout were like a human being, the clout would be chasing you. See what I'm saying? Be that person. Don't be the kind of person that's chasing clout. Keeps It Real Comics says, all caps is winning. Much love, EVS. Hey, thank you. Who cares if Zack Snyder likes us? And why give him a microphone? And why give him an opportunity to slander us? Just assume that everyone hates us. I think that's the best way going forward. Just assume that everyone hates us. You won't be disappointed. Every now and then you'll be pleasantly surprised. It feels good to find out that somebody doesn't hate you. Cumberbatch Pepperpot says, will Dale Keown ever come to a live stream? Yes, he will. In fact, he would be here right now. It's just that I have not. He's like, I got a microphone. I got everything I need. I'm downloading StreamYards. He wants to come be on. He watches all the, Comic Artist Pro live streams and wants to be a part of it. I will bring him on for a one-on-one interview, because I'd like to talk to him about comics. Dale Keown is somebody that I will actually talk to about like comics. Just sit down. Let's talk about your career. Let's talk about where you're coming from. Let's talk about all this. He's somebody who I would really enjoy having a conversation, with a public conversation. So we will do that. Dale Keown is Comicsgate. Okay. And I'll just say that flat out. JTH says, if you're bringing in new writers and editors, I want to see Jim Shooter as part of All Caps Comics. Yeah, there are a bunch of people who I want to see. But I don't want to say names right now. There are a lot of great writers who are just, they're still really good, but they're just older. I want to find these guys. They're everywhere. I want to reach out to them and pay them better than they've ever been paid in their life. How great is it that, I can sit there and I can say, hey, I'm going to hire you to write this comic and I'm going to pay you better than Marvel or DC ever paid you. Have the ability to do that. I want to make sure that All Caps Comics not only has the highest quality standards in terms of the product that we put out. Those of you who are getting the baseball caps, you can attest to the fact that they are as good as anything Major League Baseball puts out. They're the best quality hats. Our hoodies are top-notch quality. Our t-shirts, wait till you see the Dale Keown t-shirts that are coming in. They're beautiful. I mean, they really look like something. They're professional. They're not like cheap YouTuber merch. They're really, really, really good quality. And I know it because I'm spending the money. I'm spending the money to make these shirts. And I figure if we do that, if we offer the best salaries, if we make the best merchandise, if our comics are better than anyone else's, and those of you who got your Starblades can attest, Starblades is an A+. The money will come. That's the whole thing. We will succeed. The better the quality of the merch we put out is. And it's something that the mainstream forgot. Andy McCallum says, I'm friends with Jesse, but this infighting is getting out of hand. We need unity, not division. It's not us. It's us against these SJWs. You speak the truth, EBS. Yes, we need unity. We do. And this is the whole thing. And if you're here to affect change, I want you to be here to affect change. I want you to be here to make something. I want you to be here to make this better. What can you do? What can you do within the Fandom Menace or Comicsgate to make it better? Are you here just to take? You want to just make these fake live streams where you're complaining about Kathleen Kennedy and you don't really truly care? And if Kathleen Kennedy actually showed up, you'd kiss her ass? And you just want people super chats? You want to just yell? You want to just create like ear cancer, ear AIDS, aural, or like AURAL, aural AIDS? That's what you want to do for super chats? What can you do to actually make things better? What can you create as a substitute for what's so horrible right now? What can you do? If you can create funny content that's sincere, that's good enough. If you can make good videos with a counter narrative and, all this other stuff, then that's good enough. But if all you want to do is just come in here and yell and you don't really mean anything that you say and you're not coming up with better ideas, you're not really making good points, you're just yelling for super chats, what exactly is this? What are we doing? It's embarrassing. I don't want to be a part of it. It's like when I was making fun of Star Wars, I went out of my way to make fun of Star Wars. I bought toys, I broke them, I ran them over with my car. I went to Walmart. I made funny videos about, Rose Tico action figures. I took the initiative to decapitate Rose Tico action figures when no one else thought of it. They're still talking about that. That video really stuck with them. What are you doing? What what can you do? What can you add to the conversation? Otherwise I gotta just, people who use the word grifter, I'm always like, I'm no grifter. I'm working my ass off here to make stuff. I'm trying to actually make stuff. I gotta think there are actually some grifters here. I'm sorry. I think there are some real grifters. Sebastian Anand says, for $20, thank you. I really wish folks would start making their own movies and animated series, much like Comicsgate has done. God, I do too. It's obvious that there's a big void in fandom and we need creatives out there to produce new properties for us to enjoy. Did you see Starblades? I mean, have you seen Starblades? Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Starblades is great. Hold on a second here. Let me just make sure. Oh, okay. I would be doxing people if let me just, okay. This is the thing. This is the kind of talent that we have in this fandom here. Also in All Caps Comics. This is what we have. In case you haven't seen this yet, this was made in the spare time, in the free time of a fucking brilliant deaf mute creator. Here you go. What can I tell you? I'm so proud of that. That is outstanding. So it's possible, guys. It is possible. It's possible to do good stuff like that. If Starblades was a cartoon, people would watch it. People would like it. It would make money. I think we're going to get there. I think it's actually going to happen. I'm feeling good about where we're coming from and what we're doing. We do have great talent. We have people with good hearts. Clear Ghost 1, I've never heard of you. Welcome to the show. Says, can you recommend a professional penciler for a board game project, mostly card art, some models? Also, speak about rates, specifically looking for 90s detailed robot cybernetic look. Are you trying to hire me, sir? Okay, so can I recommend a professional penciler? I don't really know right now. What I would do if I were you, and this is what's great about Comicsgate, okay? What I would do if I were you is I'd go to Twitter, if you have Twitter, and I would put out a request. I'm looking for a penciler. This is my idea. And then hashtag Comicsgate. Hashtag, and then maybe link it to a bunch of Comicsgaters like myself. We'll retweet it. We'll get it out there. And eventually, if you have an interesting project and you have a budget, an artist is going to contact you. What would I say about rates? I always say, for a writer who wants to produce a project or anybody who wants to produce a project, plan on spending between $100 and $200 per page for penciled and inked artwork, which means before you can even think about making a comic book, you're going to make a 20-page comic book, you need to have $2,000 dollars saved up, $2,000 to $4,000 saved up. The more money that you have that you can offer, I think the better class of artist you're going to be able to get. But I mean, it's not something that you can just go out there and say, hey, who will do a comic book with me? You need to have money to pay them in order to get artwork for your comic books. So That's what I would say. And if you have more money than that for a page rate, you'll get a better and better artist. And good luck to you. Here's DA Talks for $2.99. He says, "Take my money and stop yelling, grifter." Okay, well, thanks. Don't send me money, DA. I don't need your money. 200 Watt Studio says, "You make a show, EVS. It's always fun and entertaining. It's not just a daily rage against Disney, etc. stream. After a while, rage streams are one note." Well, look, I appreciate that. I only really live stream at this point when I have something to say. And that means live streaming with a little bit less frequency. But the truth of the matter is I'm here, I'm working on Cyberfrog, talking to Dale Keown, where, he's working on a bunch of Cyberfrog stuff and Salamandroid stuff, talking to him and planning a book with him. So I'm busy. I got that. I got, Snowman. I've got Trent Kanuga's Creed. Starblades, of course, is being fulfilled. And now Jawbreakers added to our repertoire. All Caps Comics is becoming a real concern. And therefore, the streaming is going to be a little bit less frequent. But you know what? People used to say, they'd say, if you just stop streaming as much, if you get off of YouTube, you'd probably produce more work. That is true. But then I just go to Twitter and yell at SJWs there. So, no matter what, I waste a good, percentage of my time. At least I get paid to yell here. Ashen Jackal says, "Comicsgate is improving in most ways, even though I don't always agree with you, but I'm happy for your success and any who stand for creating good comics." Hey, thanks, Ashen Jackson. I want to say Action Jackson. Ashen Jackal. Thank you very much. Do you remember Action Jackson in the 70s? I think it was a Mego doll. Action Jackson is his name. Brownie's Thoughts says, "Hail Ethan. Brownie's Thoughts review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Enjoy. It will crack you up." I still haven't watched the entire thing of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I found it ponderous. I found it incredibly depressing. And even though, first of all, you can that opening scene with Wonder Woman, where she's fighting wealthy white male terrorists. These guys. What is their plan exactly? They have their, I guess, religious extremists. What I see. I mean, what cowards? Go ahead and just make them, Middle Eastern. Go ahead and make them Al Qaeda. That's what they are. They're Al Qaeda. Just make them Al Qaeda. Everybody knows that. You got these white collar terrorists. What? Where does that exist in the real world? Where is that relatable? Zack Snyder's a coward. In a lot of ways, it's just all the bad guys are white males now. Really, all the time. That's what we have to live with now. It's just silly. And if they are going to be white males, why don't you make them white males doing white male crimes, which are I don't know, fraud. I guess there's no reason for Wonder Woman to, punch that guy in the face. But anyway, it was depressing, and I kind of stand with Jeff Johns on this whole thing. Jeff and Warner Brothers were really getting perturbed by what Zack Snyder was doing with the DCEU. Apparently, just these movies these movies don't end. He's just making he's making epic 5-hour superhero movies, and they're really depressing and dark, and that's not what Justice League is. Why? I agree with them. I understand, hiring Joss Whedon and trying to make the Avengers out of the scraps, the crumbs of what Zack Snyder shot was never going to work. But I'm not sitting through 4 hours of Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. I'm just not. I like myself too much. I mean, I have better things to do. If I'm going to watch 4 hours of a movie, it's going to be 2 Martin and Lewis films. I don't have time for this. I'll watch almost anything. Are you kidding me? In the time that you sit down and watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, you could watch Psycho and Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock. Why would you ever waste your time watching Zack Snyder's Justice League? And even if you've seen those movies already, see them again. They're better the second and third and fourth time. I think about that. People go, well, why watch something that's shit? Why watch something that's going to make you unhappy? My life is, I don't know how much longer I'm going to get to live. You know, a tick bit me on the neck yesterday. I probably have Lyme disease. So my time is running short. And don't even talk about my weight or anything like that. That's not going to be what takes me out. It's going to be an insect bite. My time is short. How much of my time am I going to invest in watching a Zack Snyder movie? How much of the rest of my life? The older you get, the more your mortality stares you in the face. You realize it's limited. It's a limited amount of time. I don't want to spend 4 hours of it, looking at Ben Affleck as Batman. I just don't. You guys, your mileage may vary. I would never judge you guys. You do whatever you want to do. Let me see here. Hold on a second now. I'm scrolling on. Yeah, I was bitten by a tick in the neck. I didn't discover it. I went to sleep with a tick on my neck. I woke up this morning. I got in the shower. I was like, what is this? The tick. It's been there since yesterday when I had to go into the woods to get up Ava's ball. I just buy her a new ball. Why did I do that to myself? Let me see. Jesse Miller's here again. $4.99. He says, opinion. YouTubers are going nuts because there are no movies to talk about, so they started to eat their own for content. Yeah, well, that's inevitably what happens. Like, it's fun when Star Wars is something that everybody wants to watch, but the grind for daily content leads inevitably for YouTubers to flame out. And I just don't like it. I just watch these guys and I'm like, you don't believe anything you're saying. You're sitting there just trying to say it as loudly and obnoxiously as possible in order to get super chats. Like, I'm loud and obnoxious too, Jesse, but like, I mean every word I'm fucking saying. I do. When I say, I'm not a misogynist, I'm a Mr. Misogynist, I mean it. And that's why I will remain. That is why other people will not last, but I will. I'll still be... Like, I'm pretty good at YouTube. Pretty good. Here's Kalirgos again with another $10. I like this. I made $20 off of this guy today. Imagine what you'll make if you work for him as his artist. He says, may I contact you directly? There are some specifics that I can't make public at this time. Would appreciate the consultation. We have some budget and connections to possible manufacturers. Well, that's interesting. Feel free, Kalirgos, my Greek friend. I'm at ethan12032@gmail.com, as everybody knows. And sure. Why not? I'd be happy to consult. I'd be happy to offer consultation. I like that. I like helping new creative people. John Crockett says, Uncle E, I need an incredible pit action figure before I get too old. Dale Keown's very happy with the one that came out. Like, apparently, who was it? Was it Hasbro? Or Playmates? Somebody like that. Some toy company made these indie action figures. They made like Madman, and they made I don't know. I think they made Savage Dragon. And like, if you bought all of them, it was a Build-A-Pit figure. And Dale's like overcome with joy over the Build-A-Pit figure. I looked at it and I said, it's really good, but we could do better. When you actually really, really care about it, you can do better. If we wanted to make a better pit figure, we could. Divine Legend says, hey kid, happiness keeps people alive a lot longer. Stay positive, fat man. Yeah, I don't want to die. I'm quite happy. But I think about it all the time. I'm like, nowadays, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm halfway through my life. Like, if I'm lucky, I'm halfway through my life. Right now, or right when I have everything that I want, I'm halfway through my life. That sucks. My life's so good right now. Yeah. Let me see here. Got another super. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. Waylon Todd says, I get fatter from just listening to you. Then you moan about not sending stuff to the UK, and then I turn gay. Don't blame me for being fat and gay. You did that yourself. I didn't do anything to make you fat and gay. First of all, you're gay because you're British, and most British people are gay. I don't know why you're fat. It could be from the pudding. You Brits eat a lot of pudding. But listen, we sent we packaged everything up for the UK. It's going out. Andrea just said she doesn't care anymore. She's just going to send it out and see what happens. We've sent out a couple of experimental packages, and they all arrived. Like in the UK, they all arrived. So we're just like, fuck it, let's risk it. Let's just get them out there and make sure that you guys get your stuff. We love you. Thank you so much. We love our UK customers. I don't know why this VAT tax thing happened. I resent it. I think it sucks. But we're doing everything we can to work with your government so that we can continue to ship toys there. The UK are good customers. I think like 8% of our orders come from the UK. So that's a big deal. And we want to make sure that you guys are happy. It's not about paying the VAT tax. It's about getting a VAT tax number. We're happy to pay it. But you have to actually be on their books, so that's a thing. That's a real thing. Everybody's going to have to face that if you're going to make anything other than books. If you make comic books, you're going to be okay. But if you're going to make toys, T-shirts, baseball caps, these are all things that we're hoping will make up a good 1/3 of our income. We do need to have a VAT tax number. So we did it. Listen, we don't fuck around here. All Caps Comics is legit. We're a legitimate enterprise. I'm a legitimate businessman. When a fat guy from New Jersey says that, he's hooked up. I'm connected. Let me see. Job of the Coach is here. Oh, good. He says, you missed mine, Sheila's, and Chimera's super chat. No, I just didn't read them. Fuck Sheila's super chat, though. Probably just some catch you found. I'll go back and I'll get them all. Sorry about that. I'll go back and get all these super chats. EVS is defrauding the queen. Sheila Alien says, you skipped my super chat. Sven Stoffels is joining Comicsgate. Who's Sven Stoffels? Everybody, there's a whole agenda going on behind my back. All these women. I call it the vagenda. The vagenda is feminists trying to ruin Comicsgate, trying to ruin the Fandom Menace. It's the vagenda. Don't be part of the vagenda. We have to fight back against it. We welcome women, but you have to be with us in purpose. You have to be with us in spirit. You have to help create something. Or else, yeah. All right, hold on. Let me read these super chats so I can leave. I already feel unwelcomed. I feel like my own chat is turning against me now. Just because I'm the world's greatest YouTuber doesn't mean that I'm immune to criticism. And it doesn't mean that I don't get my feelings hurt. I always get my feelings hurt. I have feelings, just like Cecil does. I'm a real live boy like Cecil used to be. Roger H gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Argentico 2003 said, hey, they're trying to cancel a man for being mean. Isn't this what we're fighting against? Yes, yes. He yelled at me. He yelled at women. So what? He's not your boss. This is the whole thing. You understand? I mean, you're pretending, you're trying to talk like an SJW, and you don't even understand power structures. This is their thing, and it kind of makes sense. The whole thing about Me Too is about power structures. It isn't just that somebody hit on you or somebody sent you a dick pic. That's not what Me Too is. Me Too is somebody sent you a dick pic who has control over your life. Somebody who could give you work or make sure that you don't work. It isn't some guy yelled at me, a YouTuber, a low-level C-list YouTuber yelled at me, and now I can't live stream him with him anymore. He's being mean to me. That's not Me Too, and that's nobody cares. That's not a thing. It's just not a thing. power dynamics, power structures. Does this person have intense, power over you? Could he damage your life any more than you could damage his? And by the way, women can do a lot of damage too. By crying and saying, you guys don't know. A lot of women agree. A lot of women are seeing what I'm seeing. A lot of women have gone through this, but they're afraid to come forward. They're afraid. Well, I'm not afraid to come forward. This is a guy who abuses women. He abuses them. What does he do? He yells at them. I've been yelled at by him. Men are very, the thing about being a man is that we're very susceptible to being manipulated by women's tears. Very. I hear a woman cry and it does something to me. I don't know what it is, but I have to help them. What is it? What's wrong? It's the worst thing. Like, it's in men to be protective of women who are crying. It's just in men to do that. We don't even ask, like, why, what's wrong, what happened? Oh God, now we got people crying. Oh. Let her cry. All right, hold on. Let me read some more super chats from you people so I can leave before I get myself canceled. Slade Wilson says, looks like strong women can't handle a man yelling at them. Pathetic, gross, and backbones. Oh, they don't mind yelling on their live streams. They'll yell on their live streams just fine. I would think that these women who are yelling on their live streams could handle a man yelling at them and perhaps yell back. That's what this is all about, evidently. That's what YouTube is. Just yelling at people. Here's Victim HT. He says, hi, Comicsgate. Again, I apologize. Indiegogo Colossals. Rhino4563 says, how does the new chair fit? Oh, I read that one. Let me see. Jesse Miller's back. The Reddit Silver wants me to moderate the stream between Tom and Mecca. I think Tom doesn't even want to. I'll bet you anything Tom doesn't want to be involved. Great Loner says, okay, Ethan, you earned my sub again. Oh, nice. Agent Cub says, why can't we see your beautiful face? I don't know. Oh, you know what I did today? I shaved my beard off because it's summertime, and I have a goatee now, but I shaved my beard off. I'm not that secure about it though. But it was getting too shaggy, like it was just getting too big, and it's hot. And I just went, you know what? I started trimming it, and then I just didn't stop trimming it. So no, I'm a little insecure about it, Very vain. Very vain, So for real.
You see in her face the mirror of your dream. Make believe I'm everywhere, I'm hidden in the light. Written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending story.
Watch your step, motherfucker, before you get popped.
This gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking thanks I get.
LA Street Gang.
I started this gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking thanks I get.
LA Street Gang.
Started this gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking thanks I get.
LA Street
I
Gang.
started this gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking thanks I get.
LA Street Gang.
The motherfucking world is a ghetto, full of magazines, full clips, and heavy metal when the smoke settles. I'm just looking for a big yellow in 6-inch stilettos, Dr. Dre.
Hello.
Percolating, keep 'em waiting while you sitting there hating. Your bitch is hyperventilating, hoping that we penetrating. You get snating, cause I never been to Satan, but hardcore administrating, gangbang affiliating. In emergency when I had you wildin' off a zone and a whole half a gallon. Get to dialing 911 emergency. And you can tell him it's my son, he's hurting me, and he's a felon. On parole for robbery. Ain't no copping a plea, ain't no stopping the G.
Street gang.
Hey, I'm back. I just had to go get a drink real quick. Whoa, look at this. $100 super chat, $101.01. Let me take a look at this here. See what's up. Hold on. Yeah. It's not hard to find. I mean, I appreciate the $100. That's a very nice tip. He says, please repeat that email. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it is on my page here. It's on the, I think it's on my YouTube page. It is Ethan, ETHAN 12032 at gmail.com. And feel free to email me with questions, concerns. You know, I'll probably get back to you. I don't know. We'll see. I will get back to you because you gave me $100. I have to now. Fo Chung Esquire says, you have given me a different perspective. I got to think about this. What do you have to think about? What perspective did you have before that has changed now? Just because I sat here and talked some shit. That's the question. All right, so that's why. Jesse Miller, okay, read that one. Jose Garcia, read that one. Crack Rock says, F that S. Jabba the Coach says, wow, you've actually hit 1,000 views today. Shocked. I always do. Hey, the reason why I haven't lately is because I'm streaming in the middle of the night. And by the way, whenever I stream at a reasonable hour, I get a bunch of people calling me names and saying, you're streaming over this person and that person. I don't know. You know, I just stream whenever I can. I don't pay attention to whoever else is streaming. I just figure I'm going to stream because I'm able to now, and people will make an informed consumer choice. After all, this is a consumer movement. It's a customer movement. It's all about the customers making a responsible choice. So why are people mad when I stream and give people a choice? You know, you could always choose to go watch a Nasser Rabadi stream if you want to. He's streaming most of the day. God bless him. Been a member since that started. Wait, Unglued Art says, been a member since the start. Just a new card. Also received Star Blades. Awesome. So I think you just got a new card. Okay, good. Joseph Diaz says, just check the mail. Star Blades arrived. Cool. Andrew Archibald says, do you or would you sell digital copies of comics? No, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to. Inevitably, we will someday. But right now, I just don't want to. I think the whole thing is I want to make comic books. I don't want to just make comics. I want to make comic books. I'm a comic book maker. So that means actually making physical copies. And I really just don't think that digital is ever going to replace physical when it comes to comic books. People really like them. I can make my comic books look better than anything else that's on the stands right now. And I do. And people see Cyberfrog Blood Honey and they can't believe it. People see Starblades. They actually see it and they go, holy shit, this is glorious. Yes, wait till you see Wreck Planet. Wait till you see Rainbow the Brood. It's all going to get better and better every single time we go at it. You know, I just want to find out what else we can do and you know, do it. OC Steve says, hail Uncle E, any word on the Keone shirts? And then a dollar sign. Yeah, they're in production right now. I approved of the sample, which I wore. They sent me a large. And so I squeezed it on. It was like a baby doll t-shirt on me. But I squeezed on the large t-shirt. I did a live stream at one point. I can't remember where I did that, but they're in production right now. I'll ask and I'll find out when they're going to be here. We're working on the Salamandroid shirt next. So we'll get that up. But the Cyberfrog shirt will be here soon. I ordered 600 of them, very optimistically. If this were the Kiwi Farms board, there would be a little rainbow under that. I've created 600. I've ordered 600 t-shirts of Cyberfrog. Optimistic. Glad to hang out with my favorite Comicsgate creator on my birthday, says Draco51683. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. How old are you? Deanno says, is the joint Zack and John book still on? Yes, it is. I have the script. We're just all really busy. We've got a Cyberfrog Salamandroid, Jawbreakers, and Graveyard Shift crossover book that we're all going to work on when we can. And we realize we should do it because we know it's going to make a lot of money. So we're all motivated to do it. I want to draw those characters. They all want to. It's just a matter of finding the time, carving out the time in our schedules. Easy Breezy says the Fandom Menace row, moaning women. The Fandom Menace row, moaning women. I didn't quite understand that. But, Andrew Rowland says we can do better by just making better stories and not falling into the chick tract trap, which would be just political pamphlets or religious pamphlets. Yeah, again, I was talking to Zack and I just said, it's interesting what you're doing, but don't you want to make money? I mean, don't you want to produce people got excited by Jawbreakers. People get excited by Cyberfrog. I don't want to stray too far away from what I know works. Cyberfrog right now has become very collectible. People are excited about Cyberfrog, and so let's do more of that. If people said I don't want Cyberfrog anymore, I guess I'd have to come up with something new. But since nobody asked Zack to come up with anything other than Jawbreakers, let's do more Jawbreakers. Let's just give people Jawbreakers until they are satisfied. That's what we're going to do. Super Mastermind says, never stop the competition while they're making a mistake. Yeah, that is the thing. Zack told me today, he's like, again, part of this conversation, he said, comics is completely all just black lesbians now in the books and making the books. And I said, that's great news. May it ever be thus. Well, that's great. That's our competition. These are people who don't like comics. They want Netflix deals. They don't really actually care about comics. I don't care if I get a Netflix deal. I don't care if I get a video game or a TV show. I'm a comic book creator. I want to just make comic books. I want to make toys. Those things are going to happen or they're not, but it's not something that I'm aiming for. And I think comic book creators are wise to kind of think that way. Just go, you know what? I'm just going to shut out the idea of anything else. Like TV and movies are not going to save me. I have to save myself using what I know. And I know how to make comics. So how do I make comic books that can pay my bills? How do I do that? That should be my focus. And anything that happens, television-wise, media, that's going to happen in large part because of the passion that you displayed in creating your comic book as a comic book. I think it's pretty transparent when you put out a Netflix pitch as a comic book. It sucks. He says, let the SJWs burn all my competition to the ground. Most certainly. Snowdub Music and Entertainment is here. He says, Puppet Lives Matter. OC Steve says, Fandom Menace has become a fan-ran mess. Michael, did I fuck up by leaving the High Council? I just had trouble with it. I just didn't want to show up on time. I just didn't. It's like every Tuesday I got to be there every Tuesday. And I had really driven people, say what you want about Jeremy Griggs, but Jeremy Griggs was driven to succeed on YouTube. I never really was. I love being a YouTuber. But I've kind of sussed out at this point that it's bullshit. And basically your sub count means absolutely nothing. It's all about, whether or not you can get people to turn out to hear you talk. Here I am talking. I've got a low sub count, 146,000 subscribers, 1,330 people watching. Why? Because I have high engagement. I have very high engagement for my numbers. I could get people to click subscribe and it's just, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it really makes any difference. YouTube arbitrarily unsubscribes people. This is a game that's fixed. So I'm not driven to succeed at YouTube. I'm driven to succeed through YouTube at everything else in life. I'm driven to entertain people. I'm driven I like doing talk radio when I'm able to. And really, I just want to succeed at All Caps Comics, Comicsgate winning, Comicsgate being here when everyone else falls down. That's what I care about. And I use YouTube for that. If YouTube grows or doesn't grow, I guess it doesn't matter to me. Sometimes it's fun to think about. Sometimes it's fun to be like, you know what? I'm going to really work my YouTube algorithm, get it going. But I couldn't do that. Jeremy Griggs is into that. He was really into that. So he's like, you got to be here on time. You got to do this and that. I just, listen, I just didn't want to. I didn't want Tuesday would roll around. I'd be like, oh shit, I got somewhere to be tonight. I'm that kind of guy. I don't want to have anywhere to be. What if inspiration strikes and I want to, I got the high council. I don't know. We had a big fight one time. I never told anybody this, but we had a big fight because I said, I don't want to be there. I don't always want to turn up. And Jeremy actually said to me, he said, you know what? He's like, how did this come about? He said I was a puppy that needed to be smacked on the head with a newspaper. And I said, bitch, I'm no YouTuber. I'm Ethan Van Sciver. I'm not a puppy to be smacked on the head by a YouTuber. We got in a big fight. It took a long time for us to get along after that. Poor Jeff from World Class Bullshitters was just like trying to mediate me and Jeremy fighting with each other. And we just, we faked it after that. He's like, I got to discipline you to get here on time. I'll smack you on the head like a puppy with a rolled up newspaper. I didn't like that. I was not happy about that. But, he was right in his way. He was right about that. For him, this was very serious. For me, it was me getting on there and, doing play-by-play as black people fight at Toontown and Disney. Like, that's just not that important to me. It's not that important, is it? I guess it's important to some people, but, it was fun. I like those guys. I don't know. The schedule bothered me. All right, let me see. Michael Dici says, Fandom Menace is done. They made their point and had some effect. Now dying like Gamergate died with leaders squabbling over the community issues. I think I read that one. Comic Books and Cahoots says, Fandom Menace getting real gay, baby. Michael Von Doom says, I need all caps comic stock now. MI05 says, do you mean Geeks and Gamers Fandom Menace overlaps Comicsgate? No, I don't mean Geeks and Gamers. They're doing their own thing. I mean the Fandom Menace. I mean, the purpose of the Fandom Menace is to criticize Lucasfilm, Star Wars, Disney, all that stuff. And it just doesn't, I don't know what it's doing. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I can't be critical of the fact that, a lot of the YouTubers seem purposeless because I don't have any better suggestions for them. It's not like I could be like, well, you should be actively doing this. I don't know what to do about it. Comicsgate is easy. Gamergate is easy. Gamergate, make video games. What do you do in response to Star Wars being taken over by SJWs? I don't know. You just make videos. You make good videos and you bust balls. But what isn't great is fighting with each other and just being like, this guy attacks women, and that's not good. That is the opposite of how we're supposed to be. This whole identity, don't do that. Don't be like, I deserve special treatment because, I'm female and gay, and no, makes no difference. Get that somewhere else. That's available in other places. It's certainly not available here. That kind of special treatment based on your identity should not and is not available here. It just isn't. Why should it be? That's the whole opposite of what we're after. If that is what we're doing here, what are we talking about? What is the point of anything that we're saying or doing? If there's cancel culture based on this guy treated me differently when he should, this is what are we talking about? Why are we critical of identity politics anywhere else when it exists here? I don't know. It just feels like you're losing focus sometimes. It feels like you're losing focus on the goal, HBG3 says infighting is good when it exposes hypocrites and fakes. I don't want to here's the thing. The other thing is a lot of these Fandom Menace guys are kids. They're very young, and I don't even know, do you realize the reality of what you're saying and what you're doing, making yourself an enemy of people who are owned by SJWs. It's not going to be okay. They're not going to be happy to see you. Just understand that before you get into this line of debate. You get into this line of debate, just understand that you're going to be hated. You have to think that's funny on some. If you don't think that Pablo Hidalgo hating you sincerely is funny, don't do this. You know, because he does hate you. If you don't think that Kathleen Kennedy and, you know, Matt Martin, the Lucasfilm's Matt Martin, these guys all hate you. Like, they do. They really hate you. And all their friends hate you. And of course, Zack Snyder can't afford to ever say anything other than, you know, it's like, you guys are responsible for the kind of hatred that, you know, ends in mass murder. That's what these people think. That, or even if that's not what they think, that's what they say publicly. It's humiliating. And then we just go, oh, it's like, just here, take my chin. I'm sticking my chin out. Hit me as hard as you can in public. I would say tuck your chin back in, or your 3 chins in my case. Tuck them back in. Don't let them take a shot at you. Just don't do it. Don't put yourself where they can hurt you. Don't put yourself where they can make an example of you and humiliate you on behalf of everyone else. Just don't do it. If you don't have to, don't do it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do, but, you know, go crawling into their den, doing charity works, it's just a mistake. We can do charity if we want to, but let's do charity because we feel like it. You know, we want to do some kind of like cause, some noble cause. Let's do it to make ourselves feel good and then not tell anyone else. That's what I like. I like when somebody has a GoFundMe because someone's really sick or really needs help. And we all pull together and we help that person. And then we just move on. It's no big deal. So you don't do it to impress people who hate you because they don't care. Like, it's not, they're not sincere. They're not looking for any reason to not hate you. They can't be convinced, you know. Force Goes Fabulous says, here's $2 for your begging. Cyberfrog NFT equals Ribbit coin. Well, we already did Ribbit coin. That didn't work out so well. Scottish Nerd says, Mecha Random 42, Mary Mayhem, and Jesse Milestone all saying the same thing. Capitalism is the only way. Michael Ross says, so you're saying if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking me to change my ways. Sometimes I like Michael Jackson, and then other times I'm like, that dude was fucking kids. You know. But then I go, Human Nature is a really good song. But then I go, is Human Nature about fucking kids? You know, you listen to the lyrics, like, why does he do me that way? I don't know. It just sounds like it's about fucking kids. I'm not really sure. People are saying, no, it isn't. All right, it's fine. I'm going to say I like Michael Jackson today. People get very upset about it. I know how you feel. It's disappointing. Chimera says, we're all groupies, apparently. Don't make me get Razor Fist Pie, man. Get Razor Fist in here. I love that guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. Don't cry. Here's like $2, says House of R. Thank you. My tears worked. Brownie's Thoughts gave me $10. Laura, It's a Short Story says, there are a-holes in every group. No matter how many subs someone has, stay away from them if they're bad people. Yeah, do it on your own, man. You don't have to team up with everybody. Just do it on your own. You know, find your identity, find your style, and be a YouTuber. Being a YouTuber is really fun if you do it for the right reasons. You know, it's an opportunity to say what you really feel and connect with a lot of people, an audience to watch you. But I think people can suss out, you know, when you're being exploitative and when you're being insincere and you're not saying what you really mean, and when it's really all about super chats and you're being silly. Anchorfist says, just got here. What are we ranting about? I don't know. I can't remember now. The word community triggers me, says Midnight Green 20. We may share some things in common, but I'm still my own person at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Like, be an individual. You didn't sign up to be part of the Cyberfrog community. Just be somebody who likes Cyberfrog. Thanks. Buy Cyberfrog. Thanks. There's no further obligation except buy the next one too. You're obligated to buy the second one. But just be your own person. Just enjoy what you enjoy. You don't have to join the club. The weird thing was when I started doing Star Wars videos, the SJW Star Wars community started saying, we're going to keep him out of this fandom. Bitch, I'm not in your fandom. I'm in my own fandom. The fact that I like Star Wars doesn't mean that I want to hang out with you clowns. My ego it's far too big for that. My ego is enormous. I don't want to be a part of you. What I'm doing is better. I don't need to be a part of your fandom. You are weird and mentally ill. Maybe I'm mentally ill. I don't know. But in a fun way. In a way that can be medicated with pies. Self-medication. I could use a lemon meringue. A chilled lemon meringue pie right now. It's been in the fridge all day long. I would eat the whole thing with a spoon. I wouldn't even cut it into pieces. I'd just eat it right out of the tin. But no, I'm not going to. Andrea says, when are you going to start your diet? Monday? I'm like, no, I'm on a diet now. She's like, you're eating fried chicken. That's good. I think fried chicken is good for you. Using YouTube to make change into dollars, says Michael Von Doom. Keeps It Real Comics says, all caps is winning. Much love, EVS. The idea of bringing Jim Shooter in would be interesting. JTH. Clint Matthews says, I can't imagine kissing some director's butt because he made a movie customers wanted. That's literally his job that he gets paid handsomely for. Sebastian Anand says, I really wish folks would start making I read that one. Jody Hart's Books says, I want bigger tits, not balls. I don't want to be in charge. I don't need the same salary because I don't want to do the same job. There we go. It's an interesting point of view from a female. Man Bear Pig says, your interview with Kelly Jones is one of my favorite things on YouTube. A Keone interview like that would be fantastic. All right, so let's do it. I don't know what Dale wants to do, if he wants to just hang out or if he wants to be interviewed. But we'll get him on here because, he's a cool guy. Andy McCallum says, I'm friends with Jesse, but this infighting is getting out of hand. We need unity, not division. It's us against these SJWs. You speak the truth, EVS. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. I'm trying to think, do we need unity? I think it would be good if we did. I think it would be good if we all spoke in a unified voice against SJWs. We had different opinions. We made different jokes. We had different philosophies overall. But if everybody spoke in unison against this social parasitism, it would be better. Thank you. Thank you for unblocking me on Twitter, EBS, says David All. I didn't do it. David, I didn't unblock you. I didn't block you or unblock you. I would never block you. You're a good customer. If I block somebody on Twitter, it's because I've just had enough. It's not often that I do that. It's only like 8 times a day. But it's like at that point, it's like I've had enough. Get off my timeline or whatever it is, my mentions. Brownie's Thoughts says, hail Ethan. Brownie's Thoughts review. Oh, I read that one. DA Talks is here. Nasser Rabadi says, Secret Comics Presents ends in 2 days. Order today. It's Nasser Rabadi's Secret Comics Presents on Indiegogo. It looks good, Nasser. Jared Lang says, I'm jacked for my Starblades to arrive this week. Yeah, I can't wait till you get it. I'm looking forward to seeing some reviews. I haven't really seen people reviewing it. I've just seen people opening it. But I want to know what you guys think of the book and if you like a particular character. I'm all ears for that kind of a thing. Also, I haven't seen fan art yet, so I'm waiting to see some fan art of Starblades. If you want to do some of that, that would be great. Drew with Comics Elite says, has Dale Keown taken a lot of crap from Marvel professionals, including his old collaborator Peter David, about joining Comicsgate? No, not that he's told me. He told me that one person wrote him a night letter, but he just laughed at it. So that was fine. John Migdis says, yell at more women. I would. I feel like I've yelled at enough women. I feel bad about it. And I only yell because I want them to do better. I don't want them to lose focus. Being an SJW is easy. Falling into that kind of like, hey, I'm a victim is easy. It's what we're against, It's like you're not a victim. You're lucky. You're very fortunate. Very fortunate to have the opportunities that you have, and you're fortunate to be a YouTuber with an audience. There are people out there. Think about the poor people out there who barely have any subs at all on YouTube. Think about those unfortunate people. Sneaky or Snack says SJWs can only produce negativity. They can't solve any real problems. People who can discuss things rationally can actually make real change. I know. Well, yeah, but people who utilize emotion to manipulate people can affect real change too, but it's always negative. Darth Cisco says, don't overextend yourself, E. We need Cyberfrog on time or close. I will not overextend myself. Ow, I feel like I overextended my rotator cuff, though. It hurts right now. Amateur Ant says, I wish maybe 80% of Comicsgate creators would be on time with the books. Shaking my damn head. I do too, including me. Matt Hepp says, I back Rainbow the Brute. If we want to keep comics alive, support projects people are excited about. Also, forget Snyder. Bruce Timm is superior. Well, oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Bruce Timm is fantastic. Jesse Miller's back. He says, opinion, YouTuber. Oh, I read that one. 200 Watt Studio says that was a key lime tick attracted to the son of pie. John Crockett says Uncle E. Oh, pit action figure, blah blah blah. I get fat just from listening to you. So someone else. A lot of people just send me money to insult me. Very fortunate in that way. You know what? There are a lot of people who get insulted for free, but people send me $5 to call me a fatso. How could you complain about that? HBG3 says, I like how everything else Hollywood related is bad, but when it comes to the Snyder movement, it's for the fans and sacred. Keep exposing hacks. Yeah, I think my feeling is that Zack Snyder is grateful for the loyal fans who helped push him back into the mainstream so that he could spit on the fans again. That's my feeling. My feeling is his movies aren't very good either. And it's just not worth it. I don't want to watch his movies. Pale Rider says, I'll do fan art. How much are you paying? David L says it was an old account, like from 2 years ago. Well, I don't know. Cars and Dev says the Feast of Weeks, Shavuot, starts tonight. You'd enjoy it. Jews celebrate by eating cheesecake, which is really a kind of pie. No, it is not. Cheesecake is not pie. It's a fucking block of. It's a block of cheese. It's a block of not cheese, cream cheese with graham cracker crumbs and sometimes cherries on the top. I mean, it's not bad, but you cannot compare that to a pie. A pie is far more complicated, and it's just rewarding. BDad85, but by the way, happy Feast of Weeks, though. Shalom. BDad8504 says, where's my cult ring, fatty? I keep saying I'm in a cult. What do I have to show for it? A fez? Get the fuck out. But for real, Comicsgate Green Lantern rings. Get on it. Yeah, we talked about this already. Yesterday we were talking about the Green Lantern rings and how I inadvertently made a white power ring, and DC Comics went along with it and actually made a plastic white power ring. Because we made so we made Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet rings, because they're lanterns. And then we made black lanterns. They were dead. And then we made white lanterns that were life. But that meant that white is the color of life. And that meant that there are white lanterns who are wearing white power rings. And nobody caught that. But you can still find those on eBay. If you want, look up white power ring and you'll find it. Embarrassing. That's only something that could never happen now. Could never happen now, but it happened then, and it is pretty funny. I don't want to say that too much because I'm like, Ethan Van Skyver. The guy who created a sketchbook, which is called My Struggle. Let's run that through German translation, shall we? My struggle in German is Mein Kampf. Nazi confirmed. He also created white power rings. White supremacy right in plain sight. Fuck you, Trump. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to talk about that too much. But it does, like I said, it does exist. All right. And welcome to the cult, B-Dad. Get over it says, send a help email. And in under a minute, Andrea got back. Unbelievable, amazing. Thanks for this. And thanks. And this is for her. $20. Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, we try to take care of you guys. Look, customer service is job one. We're not messing around. We really want your business. We just want your business. We want you to. It's not like we're offering you product that isn't good. Here's what we're doing. Here's our deal. Do you like Cyberfrog? Hopefully you like Cyberfrog and Salamandroid. If not, we have Snowman, we have Creed, we have Starblades. We're going to have Jawbreakers soon. So there's something for everybody. We promise you the best quality merchandise and comics. Much better than Marvel or DC. I promise you our comics are better than Marvel and DC. And we're going to treat you right. If you have an issue, we have a helpline and you can contact us and we'll take care of it immediately. You order from our eBay store and the link is in the description. We will ship same day. Instantly. You buy a Cyberfrog comic book from our eBay store, you're going to have it in 2 days. How do you like that? That's because we love you guys. We value you. We want your business. The only way to get your business is to take care of you. And we understand how important that is. So thanks for everybody who's supporting us. Amar God says, I just got here. I need a recap. I cannot recap Passion. I cannot. I've tried. There's a refractory period. It takes time for me to reload. Eric Lavoie says, to find talent for your project, go to Comicsgate Artist Portal. The service is free. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Lando Brahms for $50 says, all hail Frog Book Father. All Frog Book Father, protector of the 9 Comicsgate realms, defender of all caps guard, answer to no one, you fat cherub baby shine on. That's $50 to be called a fat cherub baby. Amazing. Oh, I did skip Rainbow the Brute. I'm sorry. We have Rainbow the Brute. That's also another. Do you like Rainbow Fairy Barbarian books? We have one of those too. We're here. We have something for everybody. Rainbow the Brute is going to be great. And not only that, Cool Story Bro is going to be even better. We have top talent. We got Kurt Metzger, stand-up comic, incredible writer, incredible comedian, writing stories for us now. We've actually got real writers, real comedians, so our stuff is going to be funny. Cool Story Bro. I think we're going to get Dale Keown to do something in there, too. See you on War Campaign YouTube, Ethan, you nerd, says the inexorable word nerd. Okay, pal. Cloud9 Ninja says, which channel were you on earlier? I love listening to you rant. Well, I wasn't. I was in the chat of Fandom Menace YouTuber. Excuse me, by the way. Yeah, and I was saying, hey, stop it. And they didn't like that. I got timed out. That's how far we've fallen. If I'm saying, hey, stop it, I get timed out and I get called an SJW. People are mad at me for belching. Sorry. I want to issue an apology. The High Council needs to end. It's too far gone, says Raiden Roach 79. I'm going to start a new show. You know what I'm going to do? And I was talking to Andrea about this. Andrea is my wife, you all know. I said I would start a show that would be like Friday Night Tights. It would be organized. Because I can't just do live streams and have people come in there and just aimlessly sit around waiting for me to mention their comics. That isn't working. That isn't entertainment. That is not entertainment. So what I would do Comicsgate Live over. I have a new show called Comicsgate Live. And we do it twice a week. And what I would do is I would have the same people in, maybe a couple of newbies in. But in order to sit there, I'd say you are assigned this story. Let me explain something to you. This is going on right now in comics or in pop culture. Your job is to cover this when I call on you. I'm going to say, and now over to you. Hey, what's going on with the new Holly Hobby movie? And then you're going to know everything about it, and you're going to have part of a discussion. And that way we're going to create actual content, and then we'll make fun of the Holly Hobby movie or whatever it is. Is Holly Hobby still a thing? But we're going to have actual content for Comicsgate. I'm going to make a show where people actually have to do something and know something and say something and be prepared, or else you're not on the show. And in exchange for that, I will promote your book. In exchange for that, your book is going to get promotion and people are going to like you. And that's the important thing. I can't just show people your book and they don't know anything about you. They're going to, they'll, oh, look at this comic book by this guy. Nothing happens. Nobody cares. But imagine this. If I go, hey, and look at this comic book by this guy. And you're going to be like, that's the guy who called Holly Hobby a bitch. He called her a trifling whore. Holly Hobby, a trifling whore. I'm backing his comic because that guy's funny. Now that's going to work. Why would you call Holly Hobby a trifling whore? You don't know who Holly Hobby is? You look that up. Worst one says, that sounds gay. Good. Good. All right, let me see. I'm Jeremy from Geeked and Gaped. I think I'm a multimedia tycoon. My brand, says Amateur Ant. So we got some critics there. Waylon Todd says it's like they all have a line up to say who they are, and then they are so dull. Waylon Todd says, EVS, you are fun, and the chat is. That High Council, sorry, forgot what they called. They just wank on toast. Super Asia Fun Toy says Comicsgate Fun Toys and apparel and the Comicsgate Care Package only on Indiegogo. Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious. And what I did, Super Asia Fun Toy, is I told Cecil that was me bootlegging his likeness. So I already stole your joke and used it against my friend. He didn't like it. When I told Cecil that Super Asia Fun Toy was me selling out his brand to China, his face dropped like he really did believe it was me that did that. And then I had to say, no, it isn't me. It's like probably, the Trash Compactor Show guys. So good stuff. And it is funny. Good for you. Literature Devil says Marvel and DC are Comicsgate's fat best friends. Old Dirty Fatty says, have you seen Camel Moon's Comicsgaters yet? No, I haven't. What is that? Scottish Nerd says capitalism is the only way. Yellow Flash 2 says, how dare you not take this drama about canceling a man for being mean and giving people a platform? There you go, Yellow Flash 2. It's true. We've got multiple women who will come forward and confirm this. You get zero. You get zero sympathy. Get a backbone. Oh, what is this? Unicorn head. Unicorn head neck. Can you give me an ETA on the... Oh. Yeah, I'm making these unicorn... Those of you who don't know, for the Rainbow the Brute campaign, you get a severed unicorn head pencil topper that's bloody and it smells like strawberries. So we're working on that right now. I'm just getting a little bit of an update on that. Rhino4563 says, could you just recap what happened on Mecca's channel? I went on Mecca's channel and she was yelling about something and I said, hey, stop it. She said, fuck you, Ethan. And she got out a riding crop. And she said, I'm not going to take your abuse. And I said, yes, you are. And then I got banned. Fo Chung Esquire says, you have given me a different perspective. Good. Swinging Cod says, gay ops upon idiocy. Now, Wave, what of TFM's historians changing their minds because you point them out? At least it isn't Comicsgate for once. Yeah. Men are so powerful. Just saying hello politely can be devastating, says VG. Yes. J0073, thanks for $5. Let's see. Reddit Silver Member says, careful out there, boys. There's also a trap in the Fandom Menace. Yellow Flash wouldn't give a name, so keep your head on a swivel. There's also a trap in the Phantom Menace. 200 Watt Studio says, keep going, Ethan. It's a great day for your stream. David L says, did you get the Bomar Monk figure for your job? Yes, I did. Thank you, David L. How does it look in the display? It looks good. He's on the deck. Thank you very much. He's bigger than I thought he was going to be. He's like a spider robot, with a fish tank attached to him. Thank you so much for that. That was very kind of you. Justin Ward says, people bitch about an SJW echo chamber, but that's exactly what they do as a chat panel of people bitching about the same thing over and over. Passive complaints. VG says, you missed this chat. No, I just got it. Dario Hernandez says, first ever Comicsgate speed dating live stream on Glacier Mountain Comics channel. Hail Cap. Gabriel F gives me $10. Biff Bam Boom Comics says, if you want to check out a cool animated trailer for a comic book, back Youth Mob on Indiegogo. 39 days left. You won't be sorry. That's Youth Mob on Indiegogo. Robert Harvey says, the way you said legit made me think of the running gag from Johnny Dangerously. 200 Watt Studio says, you missed a few of my super chats too. No, I got them all. I've got every single super chat. There's no chance that I missed anyone's super chat at this point. I am on the ball. Some people don't believe in me. All right, here's some more abuse from people. VG says, if you would crush a horse, then you shouldn't have a riding crop as your gimmick. Lewis Tully says, which bats soups did you draw? I think it was 28 to like 30. Did some covers. I think I did 3 issues, 28, 29, and 30. Talking and Drawing with Shane says, hey, Lee. Hey, Shane. Shane Davis there. Eric McIntyre says, you have the personality and wardrobe of Ric Flair with the body structure of Dr. Robotnik. Absolutely magnificent. What a creature I am. Leo Slayer of SGW says, Yellow Flash says there's a Fandom Menace channel that's a dude using Face App and a voice changer pretending to be a girl. He told Cecil and Anna about it. Really? Huh. Adrian Stone says, what'll happen first? Zack live stream, Peloton stream, heat death of the universe? It's good questions. Pastor Flash says, do you have any more Eric Clapton quotes or trivia? Oh, that was from this morning. Yeah, that was good. Eric Clapton trivia. Ethan's neglected Peloton says, I miss you. Well, I miss you too. Phil Moore says, Bitcoin closed its weekly candle just above the 21-week EMA. Bullish news. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching Bitcoin kind of collapse here. I don't know what you mean by bullish, but I don't know. I'm watching it fall apart. I'm waiting for it to get down to $5, and then I'll buy a bunch of it because it'll go back up again. Maybe Bitcoin will get down to $5. My replacement cards already showed up, says Billy Baxo. Thank you. God bless. Yeah, good, Billy. Yeah, we took care of that right away. Let's need your address. I needed your address to get it done. All right, let me see what's going on here in the chat. Hello, you beautiful, beautiful sons of bitches. Puggernaut, $20 says Mecca is having a BPD meltdown because her content sucks. What does BPD mean? Birds of Prey Department? BPD. No one wants her on the show, and not even riding Rob and me's knob. Wait, hold on. Then she mocks Snyder's dead daughter and everyone distant, so she's going scorched earth. Yeah, I think that's what that's about. Look, I'm no stranger to saying, things that suck. Like, I have said things that I regret. I said a few things I regret. I said, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Doug TenNapel. Like, I regret that. I'm not going to double down on that. I said, Mike S. Miller's a good guy. His comic looks good. I regret it. I take it back. You don't want to double down on saying dumb shit. You just don't want to. You say something stupid, just, walk away from it. Disregard it. Here's the thing. The animal kingdom is different than the human race, in that the human race knows to disregard its own feces. That's the truth. That's what separates us from the animal kingdom. The animal kingdom doesn't know to disregard its own feces. But human beings do. I mean, and then we just walk away from it, or we flush it, we get rid of it in some way. And, that's all. You just kind of walk away from it. You don't have to. Just understand people are going to forget, probably. If people like you, they're going to forget. You don't have to double, triple down. Now, that's what I would recommend, especially if what you said was actually bad. And, that's fine. When I said, Zack Snyder says, we're going, the Fandom Menace are geeks and gamers. They're making content. He's like, he showed up like Jesus Christ and said, please stop killing Chinese people. And I said, I'm never going to stop. With a Tommy gun. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to say. It was up there, but it wasn't the smartest thing I could have said. Just move on. That's all. That's just my suggestion. Wait, should I double down on that? Time is going by. Anyway, that's what I would say, and that seems to be what the problem is. It's like sometimes people will go, "Hey, this person is a little bit kind of, I don't know. They need their cannon tightened a little bit." And you have to kind of cope with it. Slash and Burn Theory says Nerdette can't get over her hate bone for you. Wow, she can join a club. Let me see what else is going on here. But it was the funniest thing to say at that moment. I agree. I still thought it was funny. It wasn't meant with hate. Was it? No, it wasn't. It was just kind of like meant to make you go, like that, which is most of what I say is meant to make you go, like that, like, and laugh, like, he shouldn't be saying that, and then apologize to your friends. Let me see. What else goes on here? A lot of stuff about Mecca in here. The EVS hate club would be fair sized. You mean fair sized? You mean fair sized, like the size of a fucking fair? I think it'd be like a Ren Fest. They're all people who don't realize they're my friends. People who are part of the hate fair. They're just friends that I haven't won over yet. What else is going on here? Let me see. Jabba the Cuck says, I'm the leader of the EVS hate group. Jabba, you're so far. You are very close to the truth there. There are people who try to imitate you, and it's annoying. I'm like, you know what? Like, Bob Bug with One Eye is King. You are not as hateful and stupid as Jabba the Cuck is. And then other people who were like previously good fans imitating you too. You don't need it. The last thing people need is to be more like Jabba the Cuck. Just don't need it. No, I read it, Sheila. Weren't you there? Where were you, Sheila? You missed it. It was only like 3 minutes ago. 3 or 4 minutes ago. Those involved with that Snyder stream are weak boys, pathetic, glad that EVS and Rip It tore them a new arse. Well, I mean, that's just the thing. Don't go seeking, don't intentionally put yourself in situations where you can be humiliated by Twitter. I don't mean to do that. Lando Brahms says, did you talk about Black Kryptonian Man yet? I will be your Black Superman. No, I just need a new black friends. I had a couple of them, and I don't think I have any black friends anymore. He says, as you explain the idiocracy, stand behind me, Pie is in the corner. Yeah, here's what I said about Black Superman that everybody's missing. A lot of people are going, it's DC Comics virtue signaling. Yeah, that's just part of it. What it really is that, again, Superman is mostly public domain right now. Not unlike King Kong and Dracula. There are parts, there are aspects of Superman that are trademarkable by DC Comics for a limited amount of time before they revert back into the hands of the family that created Superman. So, the spit curl had to go, the red trunks, certain things that, were temporarily DC Comics Superman come and go. They lose the rights to them. That's why Superman constantly looks different, gets a different costume. His S insignia changes over the years. It's not because it's in style. It's because they have to keep changing it to maintain the Superman trademark, or a Superman trademark. That's why with the new 52, there were like 6 different brand new Supermans. That's DC going, we're trying to find a Superman that we can continue to trademark. Well, that's what this is. The Black Superman is just DC Comics going, here's another Superman that we can own the trademark of for another 15 years. It's nice that it doubles as a virtue signal, but make no mistake, it isn't cultural. It's not social awareness. They're not trying to, that's not the reason why they're doing this for representation. They're doing it because it doubles as representation as they continue to exploit the family of the original creators of Superman. That's all it is. So, who cares? Who really cares? It's 25% different. Get War Campaign out of here. Where's War Campaign? I don't see any of them. All right, let me see. Anything else that I need to say? Is there a point to this story? Yes, I just made a fascinating point. I made a point worthy of a Bounding into Comics article, or at least Bleeding Full. You guys, you don't recognize that you're in the presence of greatness. I'm here making it hot for you, and you don't appreciate it. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Jason Smith says, wrap it up. Wrap it up now. I didn't even mean to click on that. I meant to click on this. So Superman has to suck to prevent it from public domain. I shouldn't say public domain. I mean the family. The family gets it. Like, Superman belongs to DC Comics for a limited amount of time. They have to keep changing the trademark. It falls back into the hands of the family over time. And that's kind of how it works. And DC Comics never talks about it. And by the way, that is why Superboy exists. Superboy exists because it's another way to exploit Superman that doesn't belong to the family. You see. That's why Supergirl exists. It's all to screw people over. It's all to screw people over. All right. I want to say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. It's the Comic Artist Pro Secret Show. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you all. And I will see you again later with another video. Be good to one another. Thank you. Bye.